What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name is Tarun Shetty. These are my thoughts. Hope you guys are doing well. Fantastic, gloomy Wednesday here in Florida. Usually there's like bright sunshine, but today's not. It's not one of those days. But we approached the holiday season. It's coming up fast. I'm always doing stand-up and stuff, and been writing a lot. Hopefully I can share some of my writing stuff in the new year. But last night I went to this open mic that I usually go to try out jokes. I don't know how people try out new jokes. It's such a big part of comedy. In fact, I was doing stand-up last night, and this guy, like, it was like a normal person who, like, you can buy tickets to the show. Anybody can see it. So I guess some guy who's a fan of comedy, he's seen me like 3 or 4 times, and he's like, man, he goes, I love you, man. He goes, because I always see you bomb on stage, and you just keep coming back. I was like, man, this guy doesn't get it. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm trying out new stuff. That's part of the process. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he like told me one of his jokes that he wrote that he wants to do on stage one day, and I didn't laugh. I could have fake laughed, but I was like, I don't feel like fake laughing today. And he was like, was that not funny? And I was like, let's find out next week when you get on this open mic. See how their audience responds, my friend. But that's just people in general. They don't really understand the craft of it. If there is a craft, I mean, maybe I'm the only person who actually tries to adhere to a craft of comedy. I mean, maybe you don't need to try out new jokes or write every day. I mean, these are just rules that I have made myself. But it was fine. It was fine. I'm going to do this show in Sarasota today, and that's an indie comedy show, and I'm going to close it. And I heard Gary Shanley say this once, and he goes, my comedy's more like a light switch. I can just turn it on or off. And that's how I feel with my personality, and especially being funny. Like this is pretty much how I am. Yep, all its glory. But I can turn on the switch and, become comedy Tarun when I'm on stage. Many times I don't really feel like being funny. I was never really the funniest kid in my class. I think that's most comedians. I mean, I'm sure there are, comedians out there who were like the class clown, but I think for the most part, comics, they kind of do their own thing. They're introspective. They see the world differently. I don't know. I'm just saying shit. But I mean, I know that for sure for writers. Like writers, I consider myself a writer first, honestly, and I don't really like being around people or engaging in dumb conversations. In fact, I get so many calls from people, and I don't want to call them back sometimes because I don't want to have to fake a conversation. And sometimes being too real is it's kind of a turnoff for friendship. Like people are like, man, I don't want you to tell me the truth. I just want you to lie to me and agree with what I'm saying. And that's not really a friendship. I mean, I think good friendships are being able to speak honestly and openly your feelings. So, I don't know. I just take that and I transmute it into comedy jokes. And sometimes they're funny. Sometimes the comedy bombs a horrible death. I mean, you gotta love the process and journey of it. I mean, I've heard that all my life. You gotta love the journey. It really makes sense to me, though. I mean, you really do have to love the journey. Everything is incredibly challenging, and if you don't love the journey of the artistic expression of it, then you're in for a long, arduous road, in my opinion. I mean, I really don't know for sure. I'm just a guy on his phone in Florida. I'll let you guys know how the show goes tonight. I mean, I don't know. Every time I headline or close a show, I have like no idea how it's gonna go. Like, I'm just like, well, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's like a dogfight. Especially these indie shows. You just never know what it's gonna be like. But hey, I do it all. Have a great day. We'll talk soon. Take care.